It's Sports Talk
with Mark
and Kyle.
Beep up boop.
Welcome everyone to the second edition of Sports Talk today in our fourth episode. We have a jam-packed little sports talk here for you guys, and we're going to be starting off with the NFL playoffs. So we do have the NFC Championship game coming up this weekend, Packers versus 49ers. Kyle, who we liking?
You know, I was originally thinking the 49ers, but I really think the Packers are going to pull off the upset. You know, personally, I do not want the Packers to win. I would love if the 49ers would win. But I think the Packers with Aaron Rodgers, I don't think they're going to choke. And I think Jimmy in his first year quarterbacking the Niners, I don't know, he's under a lot of pressure. So
I'm actually going to take the opposite team. I think the 49ers are going to win it. And I don't think that it's just about Jimmy Garoppolo there. I think all the pieces they put around him, Richard Sherman, George Kittle, all these pieces, they're all beasts themselves. And I think that's going to help them win because Jimmy G's been great so far this year. But
Kittle's probably the best tight end in the league.
Yeah, he's by far and away been the best tight end this year. They think they're just stacked all around. They got that three-headed monster at running back there. They got three great guys. They got a great offensive line, very strong defense.
And the Packers have had some injuries. I'm honestly surprised that they've made it this far from where they've.
I'm a little surprised too, and I think if you take a look at their regular season, a lot of people were worried because they were barely winning games. They ended up 13-3, which is a great record, but a lot of people didn't think that team was that strong. So I think the Niners are going to win.
All right, well, going over to the AFC, we got the Chiefs and the Titans. The Chiefs are at home in this one. Who you got?
I like what the Titans are doing. I think Derrick Henry is an absolute beast. I'm going with the upset here. I'm picking the Titans. I'm picking the Titans and Niners Super Bowl. I'm also rooting for the Titans. I think that they've had one of the hardest roads in terms of like NFL playoffs, getting to where they are. They beat the Patriots on the road. Then they went and beat the ravens on the road. Can you imagine if they go and beat the Chiefs on the road?
That's definitely
three division winners right there.
Road. Yeah,
I mean, it would be absolutely insane.
Might be known as the greatest Super Bowl run in history if they could somehow pull that off of facing, like you said, the three division leaders. That would be.
I think if they make it to a Super Bowl and they win it, there'll be movies made on this because if you look at like mid-season, people didn't think the Titans were going to make the playoffs, and here they are at the AFC Championship game
after just coming out of in Baltimore, beating
the best team.
So, and then the week before, you beat the Patriots. That's pretty impressive. I'm going to go in the Super Bowl. I got the Packers and the Chiefs. I think the Chiefs are going to win that game. I think the Chiefs will win it all. Andy Reid, the head coach of the Chiefs, he's played in like astonishing, or not played. He's coached for like 20 or 22 years, I think it was, and he's made to the playoffs like 15 times, and he's never won a Super Bowl. So
it's probably the greatest coach to never win a Super Bowl.
Yeah. All right, well, going over to college basketball, we got the number one seeds that just keep losing. Mark.
Yeah, it's been a crazy year in college basketball this year. Number one seeds keep on changing. Right now we got Gonzaga sitting at the number one seed, and they seem like they're going to hold it for a little bit here. They're pretty confident in their play and all this.
And there's some surprises in the rankings this year. There's a lot of teams in the top 10 that we haven't really seen much of in the past.
And it's just been moving so much. I don't think we've really ever had a year like this in college basketball where the number one seed has changed so many times because they just keep losing. And,
like, not even a number one seed, but, like, the Michigan State and Purdue game. Like, Purdue was only, like, one game over a winning record, and Michigan State was, like, 14-3 or 14-4 or something, and Purdue crushed them by, like, 25 points.
Mm-hmm.
More. I think it was, like, 35. But.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing about college basketball, too, is they're all so, like, energetic, and there's so much school pride. I think that's why it's so much fun to watch.
I agree.
And that's similar to, like, our own Huntley basketball team here, which big news, Uchenna Egekezi just hit 1,000 career points the other day.
Yes.
So we'd like to give a huge congrats to Uchenna.
Congratulations, Uchenna.
That's my man.
So, yeah, other than that, though, the boys basketball team, they've been rolling this year. They've got a 14-3 record, and they seem to be dominant along not only the Fox Valley Conference, but just other teams in general.
Yeah, I mean, we got a few big seniors on this team. Another one, Ryan Soroka. He's at 944 career points, and they got a tournament this weekend. And they got like 4 or 5 games facing some good teams. So maybe Ryan can hit that 1,000-point mark here pretty soon. We know we'd love to see that. Ryan, if you stay tuned, he will be in our Drip or Drown episode coming up later in this episode. So you will get to see a little bit of him.
Yeah. And that's all we got for Sports Talk today, guys. We want to appreciate all of you for listening, and we'll see you guys next time.
All right, back to the studio. So we're now in a new decade, 2020, Kyle. How we feeling?
You know, we're feeling good. I'd like to say I've started it off right so far.
Why is that?
You know, just I've been staying on top of my school-related activities and my grades and just keeping everything up. I've been going along with my daily life pretty good. And
I thought you had bronchitis.
Okay, well, let me tell you guys a little story. Over the past 2 weeks, starting a couple days before winter break, I got my identity stolen. So that was not too good. And this is 2 days before finals. So this kept me up all night talking to the banks and all that. And
how did they scam you?
I don't want to talk about that, but
well, maybe you could warn the listeners out there.
Yeah, just watch out for some emails that may look real that are not real.
From Apple, a trusted source usually.
Yes. But other than that, going back to the bronchitis, I had bronchitis the whole entire winter break. And, it got to a point where I'd be coughing so much that eventually I would just puke because so much air is just going up that finally just... Yeah, so it really wasn't good. Christmas was great. I puked 4 times when I woke up because I was just coughing too hard,
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think they want to hear any more about that. It was a bad sickness. I would recommend you not to get it.
Yeah. I mean, I think most doctors would also recommend people not to get bronchitis.
Actually, here's a funny story. My doctor, because I went to the doctor for it, he wanted to prescribe me codeine and along
like Lil Perp?
No, not like that. But so he gave me a warning, and he was like, it's I only recommend this if you're having trouble falling asleep and stuff. And I was talking, I was like, I don't really have trouble falling asleep, and yeah. So yeah, he prescribed me, and his recommendation was to take it if you were having trouble falling asleep at night. And, I really wasn't, and obviously that's something I would have to talk to my parents about because that's a very strong, type of, medicine for me to be taking. But he did give me one warning. He told me, now, around 95% of the time, he said you'll be totally fine when using this medicine. But he said the other 5% of the time, it is common for you to stop breathing and have to go to the hospital. So
5% of the time?
5% of the time. And I did not even believe that, on how the doctor could even prescribe that. Talking to him more about it, he said even his coworkers that have used the medicine have stopped breathing in their sleep and had to get taken to the hospital. And I said, what happens if you stop breathing before you get help? And he goes, then you die.
So
I was like, what?
Okay, what's the reason? Why would someone ever get that then? If there's a 5% chance, you know how high that is?
I don't know. I actually have a witness. My mom.
Your mom took...
What?
Just continue.
No, my mom was at the doctor's with me, and she was appalled too.
Oh, I was hearing a totally different story. I thought you meant your mom went through something similar. So, back to New Year's resolutions. So you got bronchitis, but what are those resolutions?
Just trying to stay healthy like always, and just keep the grades up. I'm hoping to take a good path down for college. What about you?
Yeah, no more macaroni and cheese for you?
No, that's not gluten-free, which we'll get into later. But
oh, yeah. Part of the all-new 2020 diet, gluten-free. So we will be talking about that a little later. But first up, we do have this special clip. So many of you guys have heard of the new hit show on The Voice's website, Drip or Drown. You've heard of it, right?
I have not.
You've heard of Drip or Drown. Well, anyways, it's racking up views like crazy. But still, it's no Huntley Express.
Oh, I know Drip or Drown. That's Ryan Soroka's.
Ryan Soroka, yeah.
Yes.
Not Stroka. Well, anyways, so in the show, what he does is he takes a picture of someone, and then he judges their clothing. And there was a kid at the end. He was roasting him, calling him a middle schooler because of his shoes, taking off points left and right. And he's making all these decisions on people's clothes and saying if they got drip or not. And what I really wanted to know was, does the man behind the camera have drip? So today we have a special clip we're going to play for you guys of our version of Drip or Drown. This is Huntley Express taking over Drip or Drown, and you're going to see Ryan either drown or drip. We have now arrived at his classroom. Why don't we head on in? Excuse me, Mr. Soroka.
Oh, hey, Mark. How's it going?
Oh, great. Wonderful to see you.
Oh, wow. What are you guys doing?
Oh, you know us.
Oh, is that Huntley Express?
Oh, it's Huntley Express. So, we've heard a lot of uproar about your new show, Drip or Drown. And we got asked the question, what's the man behind the camera really rocking? So today, we got you here, and there's no running, because Kyle is 6'4", 220. He can't escape. We are going to judge your outfit. So why don't you stand up here for us?
This is the Huntley Express X Drip or Drown collab coming to you 2020.
Well, honestly, Ryan, we see, why don't you share your height with us real quick?
Yes, Mark. I'm about 6'4" on a good day.
Like me.
Yep, like Kyle.
So, what do you have to say about your recent success in Drip or Drown?
Yeah, I mean, I just had one episode out so far. You can catch the next one out Friday. It's been going well, a lot of good reviews on Instagram. And, we're just looking to keep going up the hill, just keep improving.
So now we're going to be starting with accessories. Ryan, we see here on your right wrist, you have some 2 original bracelets, almost look like they're homemade. I'm going to have to give you plus 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What were you living in Hawaii at a young age or something? And you learned to make rock moves?
I can agree with that statement, Kyle, because, they're beads, they're nice. I mean, but they're also not upscale like the Lokai bracelet, so I respect the decision.
Well,
What about the shirt?
yeah. Honestly, the shirt, Nike. I know you play basketball, or are you sponsored by Nike D1 or something? I don't think so. I think it's a little risky. I think I'm gonna have to get a minus 1.64.
I like the color combination, though. I believe that is a positive, although I have noticed a tiny hole on the bottom right. I don't know if it is is it a part of the design?
No, you see, that's a clothing malfunction, so.
That's how it came
I did hear also at a young age, though, you did get attacked by a shark. Does that have something to do with it?
That is true, yeah, but I actually had a shirt off, so that did not have anything to do with it. This was a gorilla attack, actually.
The gorilla attack.
Yeah. Oh, it's completely different.
Out in the woods, or?
No, in the forest.
Oh, okay.
Well, interesting. Okay, well, moving right on to the pants. I like what he's going for. The light wash, the holes. I don't know, though. I can see some leg hairs poking through. Maybe if he shaved the legs, he would get a little more points.
Yeah.
I agree. I think they're just regular casual blue jeans. I'm going to have to go with the Drown on this one.
Yeah, I think this is just bringing the whole outfit down,
Yeah.
The long leg hairs poking through. You can see, though,
Well, hey, let's get into the shoes.
Oh,
The
yeah,
shoes,
right.
actually, this could be a very high point for Ryan here, as he looks to be taking over the game with these shoes. Perfectly white. Does not look like there's many spots on them at all. Very clean. I'm going to have to go Drip plus 15.
Well, I'm going to have to quick throw out another rebuttal to that because I'm not sure if he's going tap dancing or bowling when wearing those shoes.
I respect the bowling. That's a fair comparison. But, they're also Drip. They're Stan Smith. So, I got to agree with Kyle to an extent.
So, overall, Kyle, I'm going to have to say the winner of this episode was...
Drip. Ryan Soroka.
Yeah, so we basically learned how those things work.
This has been the Huntley Express X Drip or Drown collab.
Hey, make sure to check out the Huntley Express. I really like what they do. They're doing a great job. The last one about the volleyball team was quite amazing. So,
And where can we find Drip or Drown at?
of course, the HuntleyVoice.com.
And that is HuntleyVoice.com.
Again, HuntleyVoice.com.
Don't miss it. HuntleyVoice.com. So, after watching that video, it's clear that not everyone can dress the part, but they can sure judge it. You got to give me some
Wise words of wisdom by Mark Van.
So today is a special. We'd also like to highlight our favorite gluten-free snack. Mine is the bean chips. I like the jalapeno flavored.
I was actually doing my research over here, and I was plain canned fruits is what I was looking at. That's something I enjoy fondly. You can get them at any of your local grocery stores in the plain canned fruit section. It's all there. It's such good food. You can get them frozen. They have frozen canned
It's
plain
weird you
food,
say
too.
that because I know like some people actually eat a lot of fruit out of the can. I never grew up eating fruit out of the can. It was kind of fresh fruits.
Also, grains and seeds really satisfy when you're
We
just
say
looking
gluten free.
a midnight snack.
Grains are not gluten free.
Quinoa. Like,
Okay, well,
Those-
anyways,
those
as I
kind
was
of
saying before I was
things.
interrupted, I was having frozen strawberries the other day. I was just sucking on them and chewing it, and it was kind of weird. Like I've never had that. Apparently, like a lot of people do that. Have you ever had one?
I've put frozen strawberries in smoothies. That's all I've put them in. And, I've never just sat there and sucked on one.
You guys have probably seen there's solar panels going up all over the district. We got them on every campus now.
I was going to say, around Martin, they've already got all of them up.
Yeah, I know. They look beautiful, don't they?
That shiny glass.
Yeah. Well, anyways, I saw like ABC7 made a tweet about it saying we're going to be powered by the sun. Pretty cool to know that, little Huntley's getting on there. And then, a teacher, Mr. Airy, good quote to it, and a few good teachers. That one was pretty clever. So anyways, we had a question when we were talking about it. When it snows, because we drove by the Martin campus the other day, and there was a little snow on the solar panels. Do they have to shovel those off, do you think?
I don't know. I was wondering about that too. I thought if we're in a huge snowstorm, how are we supposed to get power from the sun? But then I was also thinking about it. I mean, again, I'm not sure at all, but I'm sure we still have we obviously still have some other sort of power source.
backup
Because when it gets
generator,
dark out at night and we have a basketball games or the tournament yesterday.
Or maybe they
that's
just
not
get so
gonna be-
much sun that they're storing up some for night.
Yeah, but Illinois gets cloudy 160 days out of the year.
You sure about that one?
I'm pretty sure. about
Fact
that.
check. That's why you could get tan when it's cloudy out.
Some people say you get even more tan when it's cloudy than when it is sunny.
Well, I did get burnt this summer when it's cloudy out. A lifeguard. I was like, no way I'm putting on sunscreen. I was actually shivering on the chair. It's 70 degrees.
I've been because lifeguarding experience. I've been cold in the chair sometimes too. It doesn't happen often, but
No, I'm not just talking about being cold. I was freezing, then I go home. I'm fried. So sunburnt everywhere.
dang.
All right, Kyle. Second semester senior. What are we liking that's coming up here?
Second semester senior year. I'm excited for once it hits March. Then you're getting into those spring months.
So you ready to get out of here? Is what you're telling me?
I'm excited.
You ready to leave the podcast?
I say we're gonna just have to carry it along, or either I don't know. We might have to pass it down.
Yeah, that would be interesting. But wonder what Shaq
It
would
would.
say about that.
That was me finishing my grains that are gluten free.
That's what I said.
Wait, okay, but on here,
Grains is
gluten-free foods,
That's why
grains
he
and
goes
seeds.
Grains are Kyle, grains.
grains are gluten.
Yeah,
It's the same thing.
that's the definition of gluten.
Meat and fish.
That is not grains.
Dude,
Meat and fish are meat and fish, not grains.
is steak gluten-free? I don't know what gluten
Let's
is.
discuss it on the podcast. What do you guys think gluten is?
All right, yeah. Are you recording?
Oh, I've been recording.
Question popped up from one of our top assistants.
This is from
What?
cameraman Kyle when we were discussing in terms.
What really is gluten? Just what is it? What is gluten?
So it came out that Kyle doesn't know what gluten is. He's a senior in high school, and he claims that he does know how to diet, but he's never heard of gluten. Kyle,
I've heard of gluten. It's just a top assistant had asked what gluten was.
Kyle, why don't you explain to us what gluten is then?
It's a thing in your food that's in most foods besides quinoa.
All right, so can you pick a few foods that would be high in gluten?
Rice,
No.
Domino's pizza,
Yeah, I guess, but what in the pizza is high in gluten?
the cheese,
No.
the crust.
Yeah.
The crust is very gluten because it has bread.
There we go. See,
We got
this is
one.
how learning works. You just sometimes it takes some time, but you get there.
Did you know that the number one gluten-free food in the world is actually a banana?
I think it's the bean chips. But I think Shaq would say it's the pear.
I don't think so.
All right, Kyle, we're going to play a little game of what if next. So what if all the bushes were made of black licorice in Huntley, Illinois? How would your life be different?
Well, you see here, if all bushes were made of black licorice in Huntley, Illinois, it just wouldn't be normal. It would be
Preposterous.
You know, Mark, if all bushes in Huntley were black licorice, I probably could not help tempt myself, but I would probably have to eat one. I mean,
You're a fan of black licorice?
I'm more of a Twizzler guy, like a red Twizzler, strawberry flavored or cherry flavored. That's the kind of guy I am. If all bushes in Huntley were those, I would be very happy. But
We would certainly have more respect for bushes then.
yes. So, Mark, the second what if question that we have here is, what would you do if
Clouding the chance of meatballs was real. Well, you see here, Kyle, I would build a spaceship and a time machine, and I would reverse all pasta to never being made, so that way we could never have the storm.
Wow, great answer. Another question I had. What if you were swimming in the Pacific Ocean one day, and then all of a sudden, all the water dried up?
That'll be enough of that, Kyle.
What if you knew the whole blueprint of Huntley High School? Where would you go first?
Well, rumor has it that we do have a zoo with giraffes and monkeys in the basement somewhere down
The petting zoo, yeah.
So you have heard about it.
Yeah, I've seen the zoo. It's more in the basement of the school. Most people don't really know about the basement because they just think, Huntley High School, 2 floors. Yeah, no, wrong. Secrets. That there is a zoo here. If 7 beans come in a bundle, how many beans can you get in 3 bundles? Considering you eat 1.
I'm going to have to say 18.
That was close, but not quite.
But if you ate 3?
Yeah, okay, I guess so. Yeah, okay, yeah. So I guess you're right, yeah.
Episode will feature a brand new special guest that you guys won't want to miss.
You won't want to miss.
You won't.
The next episode will feature a very special guest that you will not want to miss.
Trust me, you're not going to want to miss it.
If you're not watching, you're going to be mad you missed it.
Don't be like the other high schoolers and miss it.
Make sure you don't miss it. Some things you can miss. Like I miss my dog Coco right now. But this I just don't even try missing.
If I miss this, I don't know what else I would do. I don't know what steps would be next for me in life.
Yeah, we're actually trying to break the record on YouTube here for most views on a podcast ever. Our goal is 14, so if we could get 15 of you guys to listen to this, then that would be great.
15? That would be lovely. And